Shit. Hey, the great, let's go to the strip club tonight. Fuck it. Which one we gonna go to? I like them thick girls personally. We in the A9 shot. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of titties. Got a pocket full of hundreds and a fist full of nifty. Black car with me, pockets never on the empty. Diamonds of Atlanta pulled up in the Phantom. Blue face campaign going out the blue flame. Popping hella Molly while I'm on my way to Phallus. Landed off the late flight, Onyx on the late night. Bitch bad as fuck, busted open on the late night. Surfing on the stripper, goddamn I got a tipper. Busted open for a nigga, dipped in on mix with liquor. Her friend fat, but her best friend thicker. Asked her to kiss the bitch, said she rather liquor. Private room dance, bitch, bring the liquor with you. Look to the left, white dude from the Wiggles. Ain't tricking if you got it, nigga, that's simple. Pop another Molly while I'm playing with the nipples. Bitch, stop playing, bust it open, make it jiggle. Got them both on their knees like they praying at a temple. Coming on the dimple, head stuck like I'm crippled. My head stuck like I'm crippled. Got an ass like Nicki with a handful of teddies. With a handful of titties. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of titties. She got a handful of titties. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of titties. With a handful of titties. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of titties. With a handful of titties. Shorty with the twerk, seen the way that bitch twerk me. Move that ass, shake that ass, shorty, do your fucking thing. Bounce it open, bust it open, let me see you move, girl. Way you shake your ass, team, love it how you move, girl. They say they ain't tricking if you motherfucking got it. And my team got it, so bitch, this shit is logic. Paid the flat rate for the pussy like varnish. Ass do I want brain, now I want knowledge. Bitch suck dick like it's a major in college. Flying off the pill, and Molly is the pilot. Molly keep me paid like her last name Cyrus. Like her last name Cyrus. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of teddies. With a handful of titties. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of titties. She got a handful of titties. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of titties. With a handful of titties. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of titties. With a handful of titties. Onyx gonna turn to this. Folly's gonna turn to this. Blue Flame gonna turn to this. Magic City gonna turn to this. DOA gonna turn to this. Peaches gonna turn to this. Valdosta gonna turn to this. ATL gonna turn to this. Whole world gonna turn to this. Killer, Chuck. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of teddies. With a handful of titties. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of titties. She got a handful of titties. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of titties. With a handful of titties. She got an ass like Nicki with a handful of titties. With a handful of titties.